back to the channel for another video. Be sure to like and subscribe for more trading content, and check out the links in the description for the Market Mentors Discord and website. And with that, let's just get into the video. So today we're just going to prepare for the upcoming trading week, and I just follow the usual steps that I'd normally do. So we'll just start with number one. I'll start with reflecting review of last week, so I always try to do that. And last week was an okay week. It was NFP week, so it was a little actionable with how the price was moving, the market was moving. So I think it was 5 or 10 or like 5 or 11. So it wasn't the worst week, but it wasn't the best week either. Still profitable, but it was just a little choppy out. I didn't trade on Wednesday or Friday because it was NFP day, and Wednesday I was just busy, so I couldn't trade. So did miss some wins there, but it's all good. It still was profitable, so just want to get in the mindset of still just trying to take every trade and just get better with how I'm trading currently. So it was okay. I took a decent amount of trades, and it was still learned a lot. So it wasn't too bad. So moving on to step two, just backtest and fine tune. So I did that in my previous video. I just went through and backtested this whole week and seeing what I could have done differently and kind of compared it to my journal. So I probably could, in the video, I think I had like a 69% win percentage. So I think it was 11 for 16, and that probably was like 11 for 15. But I think I just added one loss in there just for the sake of keeping it as transparent as possible. So yeah, it was like 11 for 16. So it could have been a much better week. Could have been probably double or triple the profit I had. So it's okay, but just learning and still continuing to fine tune. It was NFP, so it was a little tricky for the week, but it's okay. I'm still just learning and fine tuning with how I'm trading currently and just getting better with it and better. So yeah, fine tune that. We'll see if we can carry it to this week. And then step three, how I always want to do is check the economic calendar just to see what's coming up for the week. This isn't NFP, so shouldn't be too crazy. Let's see, on Monday and Tuesday here, it's not really any high impact news besides on 10 a.m. on Tuesday. So probably just stay the market there for about 30 to 45 minutes, not try to be in that volatility. And then Wednesday, it's a little crazy with all this CPI news. So pre-market should be a little crazy. I probably, maybe if a move is set up, I'll try to make sure I'm out around or before 8:30, we'll say. But we'll see. I don't know if anything was set up at that time or not. We'll see what happens. Thursday is a little bit of news too as well before pre-market, so we'll see. It shouldn't affect the rest of the day once like the actual session opens, but I have started to take more trades like pre-New York session, so maybe I'll be in the market around that time, or maybe not. We'll see what happens. And then Friday there is high impact news at 10, so I'll stay out of the market around that time from like 10 to 10:30. I wouldn't be in the market at that time. I'll just stay out, try to trade maybe before pre-New York session or around like the 9 o'clock time, or later after like around 11, but we'll see what happens. It is a little bit more news than I thought it would be, so just be cautious with that and watch out with those, but shouldn't be too crazy, but it should be pretty straightforward, so we'll see what happens there. And so that's step three. So step four is I always try to analyze the higher time frame, and overall I am looking for price to push down to this area based off of some of the confluences that we teach in Market Mentors and just what I've taught in previous videos, just looking at it. Sweeping this liquidity here, push it, breaking to the upside, and so I left a lot of imbalance here. So I'm just looking for it overall. I'll get my arrow out just to show. Looking for it to push down and then push back up here. I don't know if we'll get that this week or in the next week or two. We'll see. Because overall, I'm still looking for it to overall push down, but what it could do is start to reject off of something like this liquidity being swept over here. Could start to reject off of this and push back up to the upside and sweep this, or let's say fill this imbalance here, sweep this liquidity there, and then go back down. So we'll see what happens, but I'm thinking it'll just be continue to push down for the week, but we'll see what happens. So that's overall what I'm looking at on the higher time frame. I'm overall still bearish. You can see all this structure up here being broken and just pushing down. So we'll see. Hopefully it pushes down and just is a straightforward move, but we'll see what happens this week. I'm not going to try to predict it too much, but I am overall bearish for it. And that's based off of, so yeah, I'll say it's based off of this move I was looking at here. I was looking at this move to be kind of the push to go down further. And this is something I marked up on Friday, and unfortunately I did talk about this in my last video, but I did not actually hold the trade that I was looking at. Just because I haven't actually tested out holding a trade over the weekend with how I'm trading now. But it looks like it's still valid to do. I just don't like doing it too much, just from personal experience. But it still looks valid. It taps this area based off of other confluences like I mentioned, like sweeping this liquidity and breaking this low, and then gave us an entry and it, like, literally as soon as it hit market open, it just dropped down, hit take profit. So I talked about that, and I almost took a trade, but I just didn't hold it. I just didn't want to hold it over the weekend, so I just didn't take it, and it would have hit take profit around here. So that was valid to take, but I'm thinking hopefully we can get a push down further in this area, or that'll be the cause for this to get pushed down to this area. So it's not as far as it seems really, but yeah, that could easily happen in the next few days, especially with the few high impact news events we have. So we'll see. Maybe we'll take a swing trade off of that. Maybe in the 15-minute we'll get a nice trade. We'll see what happens with that. So yeah, overall, that's how I would analyze the higher time frame currently. Since I do trade in the 1 minute, I just kind of look at the 30-minute, 15-minute, and daily, and just kind of consolidate and correlate those how I can, and just understand what might happen during the week. Also, overall, I would say I'm looking at price to still eventually push up and mitigate this imbalance. Maybe it'll happen this week. Maybe it'll push down to that daily imbalance I marked out and push up to this level, or push up to this level, and then maybe we can take some good sells off of it. I don't think we can hold a runner. I think at that point it might start switching trends. So hopefully we can push down to this area and then push back up to these areas. If not, then it's okay. Maybe we'll push up first to these areas, then push down. We'll have to just see how the week plays out, because I am looking at a buy area or buy opportunities in this area as well. So maybe it'll push down here and give us a buy during London session, or maybe it'll be early New York session tomorrow. We'll see. Based off the kind of the same confluence I've been speaking about in my last few videos, you can see it sweeps this liquidity here, then push to the upside, breaking these swing highs, and leaves this imbalance. So we're just looking for this to be mitigated before we go to the 1 minute and take our buy moves. So yeah, that's pretty much all I'm looking for as of step 4 for now. And then weekly goals, I've already wrote mine out, but my biggest goal I want to focus on this week is just taking every valid setup. Sometimes I get hesitant with how I'm refining my trading. It's almost like sometimes it's too good to be true. Like, I can't believe some of these setups I would want to take or I should be taking, so I'd hesitate and don't take some of them. But I just wanted to make sure I'm taking every single valid trade, and then if it's within the proper time. Like, if I trade the Asian session, I don't trade usually after 9 o'clock, but I think that's proper to take. But if it shows up in the Asian session and it's a valid trade, I should just take it. If it's a New York session, I should just take it whenever. I should just take it and trust by my strategy and my system that I have developed with this refinement. Like this trade here, this is what I really wanted to highlight it on. So this would have been a valid trade to take, even though it was like literally like 4 o'clock on a Friday. It was a valid trade to take. I just got to trust my setup to say okay, or my system to say okay, take this and just hold it and just believe it and just trust it. Yeah, so even just taking this it would be pushed down and almost hit this daily or this 15-minute area we're looking at, I should say 15-minute area, which would be in influence for our next trade opportunity, which I'm thinking will happen. But yeah, when I actually almost entered this on Friday, I saw it around this area for entry. So I would have entered here, it would have already hit take profit for this area. So yeah, it just comes with it. So it's just something to keep it in mind. I need to just really be prepared to take every single trade. Last week I took, I think, 10 or 11 trades, which is kind of my sweet spot. I like to be between 8 and 10 or 10 to 12 trades per week. But I've noticed in the last 2 or 3 weeks, I can sometimes get like 15, 16, 14 trades in a week. So it does suck to take that many trades for me, but it still is a really high win percentage. So I need to just focus on taking every single valid trade, because I might get 11, 12 wins in a week and 4 losses, but that'll still be a phenomenal week. It'll just be really busy, but it's okay. It plays out in your favor. So I just need to focus on taking every valid trade that I can this week. So that's my main goal, that, and just have another profitable week. That's pretty much it for me. I would say I've focused on how I take my entries and how I set my take profits and things in the previous weeks, but this week I just want to focus on taking every single valid trade, and I'm not going to focus on taking any runners this week, just taking straight profits and just collecting those and just collecting more data from my journal and just understanding more about how I've refined. So then step number 6, I always do affirmations before I start the week. I wrote out these 3 right here. I'm a consistent and profitable trader. I have faith and desire in my trading ability. And I'm a disciplined trader who follows my system fully. I just write those out just because it's important to get your mind right at the start of the week. Just make sure you're not carrying any negativity or doubt into the week. You need to just fully trust yourself, and just going into it with the right mindset will help you get off to a good start, because you don't want to start off the week and take like 4 trades on Monday and then they all lose and you just have digging yourself in a hole for the rest of the week. You want to make sure you're trusting yourself and going into it positive and ready to just have a good, successful week. So those are the ones I do. You can make up your own, or you can find some more in the Market Mentors Discord or website. And yeah, there's plenty more you can do. It's just you want to make sure you're writing it down either in your own journal or your notes, or you write a sticky note, put it on your desk, or you can write actual affirmations out right here as an anchored text in TradingView. So it's just up to personal preference. You can do it however you would like, or you can just record it and have it pop up on your phone or whatever you'd like to do. And then 7 is the weekly watch list. So since I only trade the NASDAQ, my weekly watch list will pretty much just consume of like these alerts here, like on the higher time. Like I'm setting an alert here for this level, and I have it set on a different broker, so I'm not doing it here, but I would set this alert here, making sure that even if it like pushes down tonight, I would still get the alert, even if I wouldn't trade it during London session, but I would still get the alert and understand, check in the morning, okay, it's time to really take a big buy move here, probably from this area. Or the alerts I would have set would be, at least for this week, major alerts would be for these areas and these areas, just because it's taken a while for the price to reach back up and then go down to these areas. So I think these will be really strong areas to at least take some type of sell move from, because it's the reason or the cause of all this bearish momentum these two areas are. So I think those will be strong to take a sell from. So I got 2 alerts set here and here as well, and no, it's just these 2. So just these 2 for now. And I have alerts set here and here. So that's on weekly watch. Just looking for price to potentially run up and tag into one of these areas this week. So we have a decent amount of high impact news, so I think it's easily achievable to at least push down or push up and then react to either one of those areas. And then number 8 is review your pre-trade checklist. Just understand all the steps you have and ones to go over this week and go through this week. So yeah, I think I've also refined. I think I'm good with that. I've refined my checklist. I talked about it in my previous video of backtesting. I'm going to pretty much go with the same process, but one thing I'm going to look at is another SMT concept of divergence with the NASDAQ and the S&P, and just figuring out how I can utilize that this week and seeing where I can hedge at, or when it presents itself, how does that opportunity play out? Is it more profitable, or is it like a guaranteed thing that once that happens, it's going to play out? I have no idea with the other confluences in my strategy as well, but let me not say fully guaranteed. You can't fully guarantee anything in trading, but maybe it's more ideal or profitable percent-wise whenever this confluence shows up as well. So just going to be looking for that divergence on my entries as well, seeing if it pops up, or if it shows as an entry, or if it shows as an opportunity to hedge whenever it pops up. So yeah, that's all I want to look for and add to my checklist, just potentially check for that on entries. And yeah, it should be a pretty straightforward, solid week. We already got a few opportunities loading. Could have been already up for the week just based on this trade alone, but it's okay. Next trade will come. It's already an opportunity here, and potentially one here, since this swept this liquidity as well. Give you guys a quick sneak peek. So since this swept liquidity as well and left all this imbalance, at least probably can refine here. It's probably going to be a sell that forms in the next 20 to 30 minutes, honestly. That continues to push down, or it might just push up a little more, then give us a sell in London session, since yeah, it's a pretty valid trade and probably can take it down to this area. So we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll trade it tonight, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just watch it and just monitor it, mark it up. But yeah, I'm not gonna say this falls next to my valid trade list. It's just too early in the week that I'd like to say, but we'll see what happens. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. So with that, I'll wrap the video up here. Let's have a good trading week. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and check out the Market Mentors Discord and website.